Hi Furs. Last month, I put out a pretty emotional and devastatingly personal video talking about me improving the case against Nanofaux, a longtime scumbag who has damaged me for life. One thing I want to address before the video continues is that I had a chat with him after the video went up in VRChat, which I couldn't get much out of him because of his severe alcoholism. Here's a picture I took of us. Don't mind the smiles. We were both very spiteful. He actually apologized for what he's done, and here's a screenshot of that. Despite the apology, he kept saying things were wrong without proving anything. And now he sees how hard it was telling my story originally with barely any proof. Everything is buried so well. But there's one thing in my video I didn't have proof for, and I'm glad to say today I have the proof. Without showing the video I took for him, which was me pissing for him. Here before you is the original screenshots of him playing it cool after I showed him me pissing. The context here before was a lot more lost, but I actually gave it to him because he said it would help me make mod status. I can't tell you how amazing it is finally finding this, as it's been something he has time and time again reported to be wrong, but here I have it. He told me I would get mod if I sent him the long-awaited piss video. But that's not what we're here for. Last night, Nano went on a drinking binge at his A&E, Anthro, New England, and got into a pretty funny accident. He was drinking and being a dick, as per usual, when he got gibberish and fell down. People around him called for the medical staff, and he allegedly pulled down a woman's bra and yelled sorry, attacked staff, and ruined that con for anyone in the area. He was sobbing, vomiting, and aspirating while the medical staff at A&E were dragging him down a flight of stairs. And the reason why was because his friends ditched him. They were all 21 and he was under the limit, so they must have went somewhere to get hammered and have sex. Nano allegedly brought a hydro flask of vodka, though it wasn't around when they came to get him. Seeing him like this made me think about what I could have been like. I've hit rock bottom multiple times, but I've never gotten this drunk and got abandoned by people I thought were my friends. You know what though? Though this manic episode of food poisoning, he saw what the other side of his victims feel like, lonely and torn apart, and especially being a fool. I no longer fear him, as I see what he truly is, an insecure, lonely asshole who loves hurting people, but he'll never admit it. I saw a glimpse of a person beneath that hard-coated interior. And if I had stayed with him, maybe things would have changed. I wanted to be his friend and get him on the right track, but when we talked, I noticed he was already too far gone. There is no saving Nanofaux. The ambulance rejected him because he started fighting them and cried for his aunt to come pick him up. Then the aunt forced the ambulance to take him in, and he went off to the hospital. Here's a picture of him at the hospital, because of course he has one. Thing is, the hints were there from the start that he was a severe underage alcoholic. On his Twitter recently, the night that I talked to him, he posted pics of what he would be drinking, and it's a lot. I reported that tweet for underage drinking, but of course Twitter did nothing. Now, drinking seems to be something in the fandom that people enjoy, but underage drinking, you know? Morality in the fandom isn't exactly our strong point. I have had a drink once. I hated it. That was my decision to sneak less than a teaspoon of alcohol. And it was stupid, of course, but where is he getting supplies for this stuff? He can't get it himself unless he's using a fake ID again. He has tons of it, and that can't come from anything good. He said that the reason he did it is because he's sad. And that's backed up by a post 10 days ago where he said, I quote, "You ever just not in a good state right now?" but having my friends DM me just to check up on me, but that's ever it. By the sound of his less than stellar grammar, I'm assuming he was drunk when he wrote this. Now, Nano has always been an attention whore. That's why he took a picture of the hospital and posted it on Twitter for sympathy. He texted under the photo very drunkenly, so I assume he just kept drinking, but I digress. I have made plans to let his college know about this. Whether or not they do anything is not up to me, but reprimanding is the right way to go. I see how he acts now, and how he used to act. He posts pictures, bragging pictures, of guns, expensive fucking drinks, alcohol, and depressing news. He's a shell of a man, and somehow a shell of what he used to be. I used to look up and be jealous, wanting to be in his shoes where he can get all the bitches and still be an awful guy. But I see his lifestyle, his constant lies and abuse, as well as being given everything he's ever wanted, has taken a toll on him. He used to be a man. Or so I thought. But as far as I see, he's nothing but another future name in the obituaries. Stay safe when drinking and visiting conventions, and have a good night first.
Peter.